What's up, guys, and welcome to the show. My name is Chepto Ekboyo, and we're here to review the Real Housewives of Nairobi episode 3. Now, the show starts with Sonal with her manager, I think Tony, called Tony, and they're meeting in her living room, and she's there to actually arrange for a party that she's gonna throw, a declutter party. And then they just talk with Tony, and she says for her party she wants the invite to be this beautiful design, and then they must have cookies on the side, which was really thoughtful. I want an invite with a cookie. That was really nice, Sonal. Then we get to see Dr. Maria, who goes and visits her mentor, who is Dr. Grace, the founder of Linton's, and they just sit down, and the founder of Linton's actually tells her she wishes she had opened that clinic of hers, not in Romania, but in Nairobi. But apparently they are planning to open a clinic in Nairobi in a partnership. So Dr. Grace again calls her people in the meeting room, and then they discuss about the new clinic they want to open. Then they take Dr. Maria to see other spaces that Linton has where she could open the clinic, but she doesn't like the spaces. So it just ends up abruptly her saying she doesn't like the space, and the scene ends there. Then we see Susan, who goes to see Sonal, and they sit in her beautiful closet and they start discussing what happened in the rally. Sonal tells her that the driver who was driving her in the rally was actually flirting with her all through, and hence he was driving so fast while flirting with her. And there we actually see hope. We actually see hope that this Sonal, if she gets a good man, she's gonna move on. She's not going to continue with this, I love one man for the rest of my life. No, she's actually going to move on. And then she also gives Susan her invite to her declutter event, and it is really beautiful when you look at the invite plus the cookie, which Susan immediately takes a bite of the cookie. Sonal says she had already talked with Minne, and Minne told her she's bringing the shed, and Susan gets pissed off. She says, that's so horrifying, that's so disgusting, and if Minne comes and attacks Sonal at her event, she's ready to fight for her. And you see, Susan ako ready, could defend best friend. Apparently, they even have, their names are rhyming. It is Susan Keitani and Sonal Kotak. So it is SK versus SK, protecting each other. And they also continue discussing about the rally, and Sonal talks about Minne's dressing, that she was wearing the latex pant, which again, it wasn't appropriate for Minne to wear the latex, but it's her style. Then Susan goes on discussing about Minne's dressing, that she had not combed her hair, and that kofia that she was wearing was cheap. It was only 1,200. Hey, I think Susan has a beef with Minne, and you can see it here. You can see the hate in her face. But I'm just like, that Minne's hair looked very combed because it was flowing. I don't know why they really hate her dressing, or they're using her dressing to attack her because they don't like her. You could just see that Susan did not like Minne at all. No matter how many times she smiles on her face, Susan does not like Minne at all. So that scene ends there. So they decide to ban sage to get rid of bad vibes. And I think that sage was just useless, because first, Susan, you have planned to go fight for Sonal at the event. Secondly, Sonal, mumekuwa hapo hivyo mkithrow shade. So why are you banning bad energies, yet you are preparing to take this bad energy to the event that you're planning to declutter emotions and bad things in your life? It didn't make sense to ban that sage when you're already planning to go and bring the same bad energy at the event. That sage burning didn't make sense to me at all. We get to see Lisa is sitting at her garden, and I think this is her workplace in Lifestyle, which is in Gigiri. And Dr. Maria drives in with a big Prado. She walks out with these beautiful white flowers, and she goes and apologizes to Lisa for not coming to her event. And Lisa says the flowers are beautiful, but she still has beef because she had booked that car hotel stroke guest house for her and she did not show up. So she was still bitter about that. And Dr. Maria apologizes. Lisa agrees to forgive her, but she says she will never be invited to any of the events because she did not appreciate her invite to Lisa's rally, and then also she did not communicate early if she was not coming. Dr. Maria starts coughing up hivyo lakini alikohoa mpaka ikakaa real, but then nikamshuku ni kama haikukuwa real, but then akaendelea kucough and it is hard to fake a long cough. So maybe your homa ilikuwa real, na hiyo ugonjwa ilikuwa real. Then they both received the invite from Sonal, which looks really beautiful, but again, nilikuambia nini? Very scripted. How did they know that Nani is going to be there? Dr. Maria was going to be there, and Lisa was going to be there at that exact time for them to bring those exact invites. You see? Scripted, musidanganywe. Lisa goes and brings her gift, which she was meant to give Dr. Maria uko Machakos, and it's a water bottle. Hey. budget kwa hii show unaona penye watu wanaweka priorities. Yani hii gift ya Lisa was just so basic, and to make it worse, imeandikwa Dr. Maina, not even Dr. Maria, not even her real name. Mi ningekuwa Maria, mi singechukua hiyo gift. Ama ningechukua na nirigift to the true Maina, because it doesn't make sense to give me something that it doesn't have my name. You'll rather just give me a water bottle that it was not inscribed with a name that is not mine, because it just shows that you didn't make that extra effort of correcting the name or just getting a different gift since the name did not come out right. In a car too rude, like, you know what, you're not Dr. Maina, but anyway, I'm just gonna gift you Dr. Maina's water bottle. So that I didn't like that at all. I hope Maria umeri gift your gift, because it wasn't thoughtful. It wasn't even nice to do that to someone. Then we get to see Minne has gone to treat Vera for shopping, and they enter up over kwa baby shop, and Vera looks really uncomfortable. And asema ati, you know me, I'm used to shopping abroad, but you know, Minne decided to bring me here, so I decided to come. And then they are Lime sisters, because they are all wearing green colors. They look really cute, with Minne with her short number, which Vera said, Mina mevangu fupi hadi, it's just right below her ass. Anyway, I liked that dress. It was so cute. And Vera goes on to say, that's like a very small corner for boys. And it just shows she's expecting a boy. And then she says that, oh my God, I've been praying for a boy again. And adds that I have also been doing shopping just for boys. It just shows you she's expecting a boy. And this was way before she announced on social media that she's expecting a boy. It just shows you who is going to shop. Maju. Bring in boy stuff. Ship in rather boy stuff when you're not sure you're expecting a boy. So Vera wacha kutudanganya. You already knew it is a boy. That's why you shopped for boy stuff. They continue shopping, and Minne tells her what Susan told her in Machakos, that Dr. Maria wanted her to get fired in a certain job. And Dr. Maria also said she doesn't like Vera and that Sonal is a bitch. And I'm like, if Susan said Sonal is a biatch. Yet pale kwa nini closet yake alikuwa anasema SK na SK, with Sonal saying, oh, I don't have a big circle of friends. My friends are basically a dot, which is Susan. So if truly she said she's a biatch, then there's no true friendship there. So then they continue shopping. Vera asks Minne, so what did you say when Susan was telling you all these things? What did you say? Did you contribute or did you protect me? And actually Minne did not answer that. She went on to ask Vera a question saying, so do you trust Susan? And Vera was like, Susan is a lawyer, so lawyers are very calculative and I do not trust her. Anyway, the invite to Sonal events comes in, which just shows you how scripted reality shows are. Because how did they know that Vera and Minne were going to shop at Baby Shop, whatever mall it was, at what time, and was it delivered? Why was it delivered there right on time? Scripted. Vera receives the invite. She eats the cookie. Minne goes and pays for the things she's bought Vera, which was actually something for her daughter and something for the son she's expecting. And the scene ends there. Then we see Lisa seated with her friend Rihanna, and Lisa decides to do her own decluttering event before the real decluttering event for Sonal. And she has this hanger out there with clothes and things that she wants to declutter. Then she picks up a gun case and says, this was from my ex who was a gun, who owns guns, and she wants to declutter it. Akaweka kando. Then she picks some bracelets from her ex-husband. I think he bought her in Marrakesh, which is in Morocco, and she wanted to declutter it, but her friend Rihanna was like a bracelet cleaner in terms of removing bad energy. So she gives Rihanna anachukua bracelet anaweka hapa, yani tu vitu za kizungu, alafu anamwambia no, not that, and she wears them and she says easy haziendi. And then she gets a bag from her friend who was from SA, who had gifted her the bag, and she was like, this bag is totally not my type. Let's declutter all of this. And then she also opens up about losing her mom and the mom's last moment before she passed on, and tells her friend Rihanna to cherish the moment with her mom. Apparently Rihanna and her mom were having issues, so she should cherish those moments. And I just hope hizo vitu zenye magun case, mabag, whatever Lisa was decluttering hazikurudi kwa nyumba. I hope zilienda na zikatupwa, zikachomwa, yani zilienda mahali. I'll get rid of it. But nashuku sana. Nashuku Lisa aliuza. How much is a gun case? Just to inquire for a friend. A friend. I think Lisa aliuza. But anyway, I don't know. Sonal then goes to visit her friend Elena at her shop. And I think Elena was celebrating 5 years since she opened her shop. They get talking. Sonal opens up about depression and anxiety because she wasn't sure about the energy and people coming at her event. I think she even ends up crying there and asks Elena if she could come at her event. And Elena was not feeling that thing of coming to the event, but anyway, she decides to come and support Sonal at her event. We also see Susan, who has taken her daughter for horse riding. They start basically mommy-daughter moment, and that was really cute. That daughter, she's 13. She's going to be tall. And they were looking all beautiful kwa hiyo stables. And the daughter brings out a medal and she says she's the winner. There was like a competition of medal making, and hers was the best and she was the winner. I wish they had done that medal talking scene at home, because kwa tables haikuwa ina make sense. Umetoka shule ukakuja nayo home, that's the first thing you show your mom. I got a medal for making the most beautiful medals. It's not a scene unabeba mpaka huko kwa stables. Hiyo haikuwa inanimekia sense. I wish producers wangeshoot hiyo scene kwa hao. We see Vera going for a blind date. She received an invite for a blind date and it was at Concord Hotel. So she went there looking all dolled up. And then she sits and she says that I hope this is a blind date with my husband and not my ex. Dr. Maria shows up in that blind date. And when she sits, Vera stands up. She says, oh, kumbe ni wewe ndo invite in blind date. Dr. Maria says, yeah, I wanted to talk to you, iron out the issues we had from dinner from hell. Vera hakutaka kusikia hiyo maneno. Vera alikuwa like, you disrespected me in public. The apology should come in public. Why are you doing it in secret huku sisi peke yake? She walks out of the dinner date. Dr. Maria follows her. Vera ako like, no, I'm not going to hear you. Dr. Maria naye akaona hapa imeshindikishana, decide even me, I'm not doing this. And I think she ended up actually quitting the show altogether. She bid us goodbye in her diary session saying, unaona kama Serena Williams alisema evolving away from tennis. She was evolving away from Real Housewives of Nairobi. And Vera tunaoneshwa hapo, she's driving off in a Mercedes. But hiyo Mercedes haikuwa na number plate. Na Vera drives a Range Rover. So tunajua tu hiyo hapo ilikuwa product placement ya Mercedes ama a car company, because hata kuenda mbali na hiyo Mercedes. Na katu ilitoka tu nje ya hiyo barrier na akapaka hapo. Thin cut, let's move on. Then the decluttering event is now happening, and as usual, the event was at 3 p.m. Lisa mzungu wa wenyewe aka-arrive mapema kama kawaida, followed by Susan coming to support her friend Sonal, who arrived the third person. And while they were seated there, one of them said that, Dr. Maria is not coming. So Lisa decided to call Dr. Maria on a phone call and asks her, why have you stood up? This is the second time you're standing up, the group, you're not coming to our events. And Dr. Maria tells her, you know what? I am retired from Real Housewives. I'm a quit. Then Lisa goes on and says, she does not have a backbone to go through. So I understood why Dr. Maria decided to quit. Maybe this show altogether was not adding anything to her. She was not looking for publicity. She was not looking for that money. She did not want the hype. And maybe the group got so much toxic, so she decided to remove herself and evolve to snowman making in Romania. And Vera comes in as usual late, but now the girls decided to do the decluttering. So Nal was really emotional about this whole decluttering thing, and I think it's about her ex-husband and marriage stuff, because she was really, you could see it in her face. This is a woman going through some stuff. So she decides to read, and then they ban what she was decluttering, and Lisa gives her list. They read, chap wame declutter ya Lisa. I didn't see Vera. I saw Vera banning, but I didn't see what she was decluttering. Same to Susan. I wish they had shown us what everyone else was decluttering. Then who checks in? Minne. 7 hours later. At this point, they had already finished decluttering and they had moved to the dinner table. And everyone was quiet. Minne walks in looking all beautiful. And then she goes and tells Sonal, sorry, I'm late. My father-in-law passed on and we were dealing with it 4 a.m. in the morning and all that, which I could understand why she was late. That part I understood. But the ladies were not having it. They were not having that as an excuse. They were like, so you're mourning your father-in-law, but you took time and you dressed up, did all the makeup, and then you came here. I was like, so walitaka Minne akuje at Kempinski amechapa, while all of them have dressed up, yet they wanted her to come morning. Ni kama walitaka wamevaa dera, buibui, vitu za black, hajapaka makeup. Yani walitaka tu wakae tu mbaya just to show that she's mourning, which was not right. You don't have to look bad when you're mourning. Especially her. You've seen Minne all through the episode. She's slaying. So what was going to there's nothing that was going to be different about her coming to inform you guys that she was mourning. And after dinner, again, they went back to an area which they were decluttering. Minne was now to declutter her things. And she said, me, I didn't come to declutter. I brought shade. She brought 3 mirrors. And kusema kweli, the mirrors looked cheap. Wacha nisidanganye. Hapo I was with Susan. Those mirrors looked cheap. Kwanza hizo tape imewekwa huku nyuma. Kwa hizo mirrors. Then Minne goes and says, I was bringing this for Dr. Maria to look at herself in front, sideways, and at the back. But hizo mirrors zilikuwa cheap. Sinakaa zile za, I think inakuwa 3 ama 4 kwa super. Ile imekuwa huko nyuma carton box, ama sijui ni cardboard, alafu imekuwa hiyo tape. Haikuwa maana. Only one mirror looked presentable. And Susan was mad. And she said, you said, Sonal told me that you said you're coming to bring here drama. And Sonal was like, no, I didn't say drama. Aka backtracked vitu alisema kwa closet. I didn't say drama. I said she was going to bring shade. Okay, shade. Was looking at them like, so mlikuwa mnani gossip penye mlikuwa. Sonal tries to mend things with Minne, saying, the ladies were just mad that you first you come late and then you come dressed up and then you say you are mourning for your father-in-law. And then Minne says, so you expected me to come nime dress like nime chapa. And then Sonal says no. And then Minne says that that invite did not come today, it came way in advance, hence I had already prepared what I was wearing, and I even took time to go do my makeup and come for your event, yet you're here attacking me. So now I can cool down, and they sorted things out with Minne. But Susan, remember, wakikuwa kwa her closet, Susan was ready to fight for Sonal, so I can unleash her fight towards Minne. Oh, Lisa akaenda hapo hivyo akasema that Minne is an actress and she looks like she's always acting. They were just basically attacking her. Vera all along was just laughing at the drama that was going on. And Susan tells her, no, you need to leave the event. Minne was like, I am not leaving the event. The event is not yours, so I am not going anywhere. Susan was so mad, and then she continued attacking her, saying, oh, you wear fake designer bags, cheap stuff. And Minne was like, yeah, I'm a hustler. I'm onto my brand. I am hustling. And then went on to attack Susan, was wearing this beautiful feathery dress, and says, you see, you look like a flamingo. You're a misplaced flamingo. You're supposed to be in Lake Naivasha. Where? That was really shade of the shadist. After we write checks, you write captions. This was the next big shade of of you looked like a misplaced flamingo, you need to go back to Lake Naivasha. And Susan and Sonal decide, you know what, we are going to leave. And they leave Minne and the rest of the girls, and the show ends there. It was a good show. It was a good, fast-paced show. But what I didn't understand is, why were the ladies so mad that Minne came dressed up, yet all of them were dressed up? That is the part I didn't understand. Why were you all mad that she came dressed up? And I think the ladies know Minne is either going to be a star or is the star of the show, and they do not like that. Hence the cattiness. And you can even see on social media, every time the show airs, Minne is trending on Twitter. So I think the ladies already knew Minne is the star of the show. Unless things change, I think from episode 1 to now 3, Minne has been the star of the show. And she owns up. Mukisema amevaa vitu cheap, yes. Amesema yeye ni hustler. Ako onto her brand. I think from here, the show is just going to be crazier and crazier, and even the reunion is going to be even more ridiculous, because now they have watched each other and they see what they need to bring on that reunion. They're going to be all extra. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you on the next review.